over communicate with your safety board. Now, what is a safety board? A safety board is where you're going to put all your safety information. It's like the Times Square of your company. It's where people are going to see what you're talking about. Lots of times it's a bulletin board, it's near the time clock, it's near the break room, it might even be a TV. But this is a place where you can communicate what's going on in the world of safety. Now, if you're not careful, the safety board will become everybody's board, and it will turn into people sticking, I have this for sale, or we have a birthday party on Tuesday, or HR has this new thing going on with the employee benefits. And it's not that that stuff's not important, but when it comes to your safety board, it needs to be just safety. And it's a great way to over communicate to your employees what is actually important. Now, there are five things that you have to have on your safety board. 5 things. The first thing that needs to be on there is emergency contact information. So this is going to be information about supervisors, managers, emergency coordinators, fire department, police department, hospitals. It'll have information on the urgent care where you might be sending people. This is emergency contacts for both the plant personnel and the local area where we might need to know numbers we might need to know to get in contact with somebody in the event of an emergency. So emergency contact information is one square. Another square is going to be your accident response procedures, where you can have a handout or a form that clearly explains what the steps are in the event of an accident. Notifying your supervisor, getting medical care, whether you have accident responders on site that are trained on CPR first aid. This is going to be kind of a step-by-step procedure of how to handle an accident. So that's the other one. You got accident response, you got emergency contact information. Now we want to have a PPE hazard assessment for the company. And this is going to explain what work areas require what PPE. And it can be a broad document. It doesn't have to be extremely specific. But if you work in an area where there's loud noise, we want to talk about earplugs. If we're working with chemicals, we want to talk about the kind of gloves we're wearing or eye and face protection. That's going to be a key part of it. We also want to discuss what kind of footwear is required in the plant. Do we need slip-resistant shoes? Do we have boots that are assigned to employees? It's a great way to kind of explain when you're in this area, you need to be wearing this gear. So the third thing is a PPE hazard assessment. Now, the fourth thing is going to be a safety calendar. And this is going to be a calendar, and oftentimes it'll be combined with your toolbox talks or weekly information. So if you have a calendar for the month of April, you got the calendar for April, and you got the different weeks that we're doing training events where we're having a toolbox meeting, and maybe we have a CPR training coming up on the 25th of the month. This is going to be a calendar that outlines only safety, nothing else. Then we're going to have our OSHA log. OSHA log is the 5th part. So the OSHA log, it doesn't have to be posted all year round, but we want to be able to have a clear place of where to put things that are going to be on the safety board. And so having a spot for the OSHA log, being able to talk about recent accidents in a way that's communicating what needs to be communicated to employees so they're aware of it. So those are the 5 things that I have on every safety board that I help managers put together. I would encourage you, if you haven't already, check out my OSHA audit workshop. This is a free resource. You can go to helpwithosha.com and you can watch this 40-minute workshop that explains what to do in the event of an unexpected OSHA audit, how to prepare your team, and what you need to have to be ready if you ever have OSHA come knocking on your door.